Hey you guys, it's time for another episode of Actual Crafts with Alyssa and Katie, and today we're making sock bunnies.
So what do you need for this craft? You need some socks, some rice, some rubber bands or ponytail holders, a cup, a Sharpie or a marker, and a pair of scissors.
Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is put about a cup of rice in your cup. I'm just going to pour straight from the container. I'm using a funnel. You can use like a spoon or a scoop or whatever you have. Or if you have a different container you want to use, go for it. And if you need help from a parent or guardian, don't be afraid to ask. Once your cup has a cup of rice in it, you're going to take one of your socks and stretch the mouth of the sock over the top of the cup, like so. Make sure it's secure and that there are a couple inches on the cup. Then you're just going to hold onto the sock and flip it over, like so. Pull off the sock and repeat. So once you have all of your socks done, however many you're doing, I'm just doing a whole family of bunnies, you're going to take a rubber band and you're going to rubber band the top of the sock closed so no rice can fall out. I suppose you could use ponytail holders as well if you have more of those and you do rubber bands. Those should work just as well. So I have rubber band the top of this closed. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a section for the head, and I'm going to rubber band that off as well, like so. But the rubber band will cooperate with me, of course. Voila! Make sure you do this with all of your bunnies. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to make a bunny tail. Also using your rubber bands, or in my case, ponytail holders, because the rubber bands I was using kept breaking. So since my hair is so short, I decided to use all these ponytail holders that I'm never going to use again. So yeah, make a tail, and then you'll do the ears. How you'll do the ears is you'll determine how much of this you want. So I'm going to cut it to about right here. I'm going to cut off the excess sock. Like so. My scissors, of course, will cut through the sock. I may have to grab some different scissors for later. So I've cut it down to the length that I want it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the shape of bunny ears on the sock and then cut that out. So I would recommend using a Sharpie. It shows up better on most different fabrics. Remember, if you're using a Sharpie, that you're doing this on a surface that doesn't stain very easily. Because Sharpie can and will stain literally everything. So once you've drawn the bunny ear shape, you're going to cut the excess sock around it. And I just lost a piece of rice. Excellent. Okay. Here we go. And there are your bunnies. I went ahead and did 3 of them off screen so you guys wouldn't have to watch me do all of them. The last thing to do is to decorate your bunny. Give it a face. Give it a personality. So while I'm doing this with my bunnies, I'd like to share a little bit of bunny history with you. So we all know that the Easter bunny comes at Easter and gives people eggs. Well, this originated actually from some German immigrants in the 18th century who called the Easter bunny Osterhaus, which the last part, Haus, means hare. And the Easter bunny is indeed a hare. And it was believed to give eggs to good children on Easter. And the egg is a common symbol of rebirth in a lot of cultures. In fact, in Poland, I believe, they make these wooden eggs at Easter and they paint them. They paint them very pretty colors. I did one as a craft one year when I was younger, and I have it somewhere, but unfortunately I wasn't able to find it to show it to you. And I mean, bunnies are pretty cool. They're pretty sweet animals. I worked at a wildlife rehabilitation center for a time and got to work with bunnies. We get in a lot of baby bunnies that had been abandoned, and we would feed them because of course their mothers couldn't feed them, and they were so sweet. We had usually no problem feeding them. They were pretty good as compared to our squirrels, which shoved their food away from their mouth every chance they could get. And bunnies also live underground in burrows. If you didn't know that, we had a burrow of baby bunnies at my house a couple of years ago. Unfortunately, they all disappeared. We don't know where they went. But yeah, some cool things about bunnies, some of which I didn't know before. So now you have your decorated sock bunnies with cute little fluffy tails and floppy ears that you can just play with. You can use them as kind of a stress animal, or they can just be a little cute decoration on top of your desk. And there are your sock bunnies. Well, that's all for today, folks. Keep your eye out for more episodes of Actual Crafts with Alyssa and Katie later this week. See you later!